So I know a lot of you have seen gameplays of the simulated universe already, whether it's people testing out different teams or clearing different worlds containing tough bosses. But do you know how the overall gameplay works? For players waiting for the release, I'll be giving a rundown on what sort of game mode simulated universe is. Do keep in mind this is still a closed beta and some stuff in the game modes are subject to change. Simulated universe consists of 6 worlds and 2 modes. There are 7 stages in World 1 and 13 stages from World 2 to World 6. Rewards for first clearing each world consist of Herta's Bond, which are currencies you can spend at Herta's shop, Stario passes, and Herta's Eidolons. There are also weekly rewards you can claim. The more worlds you clear, the more Stellar Jades and reward increase. Just simply do a run, and no matter if you fail or clear the stage, you get points for the weekly reward. You can also get points for leveling up the ability tree, which is a chart that you can upgrade to boost your team's health, attack, defense, and the blessing system in a simulated universe. Regular stages, if you haven't cleared the world once already, are called Exploration Mode. But once you've cleared World 3 to World 6 one time and reached Trailblazer 40, you can unlock the Challenge Mode, where enemy gets more difficult to fight in different worlds. There are no rewards for first clearing Challenge Mode as of now, and there are a total of 5 difficulty, counting Exploration Mode, for World 3 to 6. You can choose up to 4 characters to go into the world. At the start of the stage, the game will ask you if you want to choose a blessing, curio, or some cosmic fragment. Each stage consists of 1 to 3 enemies depending on the stage you're in. Defeating the enemy will grant you blessings to choose, which are buffs that you can select to strengthen your team as you go on, and cosmic fragments, which are the game's currency. You can also break destructible objects to get cosmic fragments as well, by the way. Defeating the Bountiful Bees, or Warp Trotters, gives you extra cosmic fragments and extra blessings. Warp Trotters are RNG spawn, and no, they do not give you 60 Stellar Jades every time you fight one in this mode. After clearing a stage, you are usually given 2 domain options. They consist of Occurrence Domain, Challenge Domain, or just regular Combat Domain. The Challenge Door consists of bosses you can defeat for better blessings, and the Occurrence Domain varies. For the Occurrence Domain, you can either get a shop event, where you can spend cosmic fragments for blessings or upgrades, search event, where you can try your luck on obtaining a blessing but also have a set chance of being discovered by enemies, which you have to defeat if you do get discovered, exchange event, where you trade your health bars for blessings, or random events, which is pretty self-explanatory. I'll talk about the other events you can encounter later in the video. When you clear the levels 4, 8, and 11, the next stages 5, 9, and 12 are the shop levels. At the shop level, you can revive a character if they get downed for 80 cosmic fragments, or download a character to use, meaning the character will become usable like the 4 other characters that you chose for the world. By giving you ways to switch up your team, it offers ways to strategize how you want to go about clearing the world. You can also talk to Herta to spend your cosmic fragments to either buy a random blessing, upgrade your blessings, or buy curios. FYI, at the shop level at stage 12, you can only upgrade blessings, revive, and download characters. You can't really buy anything. Next thing I want to talk about is the blessing and curio system. As I covered before, when you defeat enemies, you can obtain blessings. They are permanent buffs and they only go away once you clear or fail the exploration. You can get up to 3 blessings to choose from, and you can only choose 1. Blessings are split into 3 rarities, 1, 2, and 3-star blessings. You will almost always get 1-star blessings, but 2 and 3-star blessings will pop up occasionally depending on your RNG. When you defeat a boss at level 4 and 8, you are always guaranteed a 3-star blessing, as well as a curio to choose. You can obtain AN Intervention once you reach shop level 5, and AN Interventions are basically blessings with cooldowns that you can either use to inflict damage or effects on enemies, as well as heal your team. Curio are technically also a type of buff, except not all of them are permanent. They have a lot of functions. You can get blessings of a certain type from it, guarantee yourself a 3-star blessing for the next fight, decrease the cost of upgrading blessings, and more. To recap, you can obtain 1 at the start if you choose the curio option, or buy 1 from the shop level if you like. You can also get 1 by encountering a curse event in the occurrence domain. The curio on the curse event is, well, cursed. It gives you negative buffs for the next 3 fights, but will fix to a regular curio once 3 fights are completed. Now I know what you're thinking. And you've been explaining all these blessings and curios and how they apply buffs to you, but what do these buffs do? The blessings are split into 7 types: Destruction, Preservation, Nihility, Abundance, Elation, the Hunt, and Remembrance. These blessings have their own area of focus. Destruction blessings focus more on HP conditions, damage absorptions, and survivability. Preservation focus more on shielding, defense, and survivability. Nihility focus more on damage over time and break effect. Abundance focus more on healing. Elation focus more on follow-up attacks. The Hunt focus more on damage, speed, crit rate, and crit damage. And Remembrance focus more on effect, hit rate, and freezing enemies. If you encounter an event called the Decision event in the occurrence domain, it will give you a choice to obtain certain types of blessings. You are given 3 choices. 2 of the choices are obtaining a certain type of blessing on the condition of defeating a boss. And the third option is fight both bosses at the same time to get both types of blessings. Alright, let's talk about what to expect about the final boss of each world. The final boss on World 1 is fairly easy, but once you get to World 2, the boss will have phases, meaning they will have multiple health bars that you need to deplete. The boss on World 2 will have 2 phases, and Worlds 3 to 6 will have 3 phases. Starting every second phase, the boss will become increasingly challenging to beat. Some of the examples of the difficulties in these boss fights includes annoying crowd control, lockdowns, summons, and increasing damage as the fight drags on. Worlds get challenging as you get to World 4, and you've gotta have a strategy when you're building your team and dealing with RNG blessings. Kafka in World 5 has already given me such a hard time because her skills are pretty annoying to deal with without the help of some blessings. When building a team in Simulated Universe, it's best to bring a shielder or healer, or both if you really want to play safe, to provide as much survivability as possible. Also, build your team around the final boss's weakness so you stand more of a chance. Balance your skill points out by having some characters in your team focus on using skill and some focus on using normal attack. Choose the blessings and curios that best benefit your team, and take a look at what your team consists of and what sorts of buff would suit them to make them stronger. So don't just take elation buffs knowing that your team doesn't have follow-up attacks, please. Overall, this is a really nice endgame content to have, and the system will become more easy to understand once you tapped into it yourself. I personally really like that you can save your progress in this game, because, well, sometimes you just don't feel like climbing anymore, and you just want to like get off for the night. So I really like that you can save your progress where it is, and you can just come back to it another day. I don't know what other changes Hoyoverse might make to the simulated universe, but I think some of the blessings will either end up getting nerfed or buffed. I see my fair share of strong and weak blessings in the mode, and I feel like Hoyoverse might try to balance these blessings out. That's it for this video. Next week I will not be able to release another video due to exams, but I'll release one the week after that. If you do enjoy this guide, please leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below and tell me what you think about Simulated Universe. See you next time, Ayan signing out.